Welcome learners. In the present video lecture, we are going to discuss the concept probability, basic concepts of probability and three definitions that are in our syllabus: mathematical, statistical and axiomatic definitions of probability. And the learning objective of this lecture is to introduce the concept of probability and also to discuss the types of experiments. There are two types of experiments: random and deterministic experiments. We discuss these experiments and examples of probability that are in common use and the three definitions of probability. Before discussing the definitions of probability, the basic concepts related to the probability like trial, event, mutually exhaustive events, equally likely events, favorable cases, also we discuss, and some counting principles about permutations and combinations in the present lecture. Okay. The examples that are common use in probability are, we have three types of examples: tossing of coins and rolling of dice and picking a card from a pack of well shuffled cards. These are the examples that are very commonly used to understand different concepts related to probability. If we toss a fair coin means unbiased coin, one side having head and one side having tail, is called a fair coin. There are two possibilities. We have two possibilities. One coin is tossed and the H and T is the sample space. We have two possibilities: the coin turned out to head or coin turned out to tail. There are two possibilities. And if two fair coins are tossed, tossing two fair coins one time or tossing one coin two times is equal sample space. And here there are two possibilities: two coins are tossed, 2 square is equal to 4 is our sample space. Four possible samples are there in the experiment tossing two coins. Similarly, if three fair coins are tossed, there are there are these probabilities: 2 power 3, the 8 possible outcomes, 8 possible combination of outcomes when 3 coins are tossed. Here also, tossing a coin 3 times or tossing 3 coins at a time is equal results. Here this is HT times HHT, HTH, HTT, THH, THT, THH, TTT. These are the 8 possible outcomes when we toss 3 coins at a time. Similarly, if a die is rolled once, there are 6 faces to a die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 possibilities when a die is rolled. This 6 possibilities, one die rolled, gives us six outcomes, 6 different outcomes. Similarly, if 2 dice are rolled, then there are 6 possibilities, 2 dice rolled. Totally, there are 36, 6 into 6, 36 possible outcomes. They are the first die facing 1 and second die facing 1. Similarly, first die facing gives us 1 and second die 2. Similarly, these are the 36 possible outcomes. If we have total 2 is only one case. Total 12 is only one case. 6 plus 6, 12. If we have 7 means 6 plus 1, 7, 5 plus 2, 7, 4 plus 3, 7. There are 6 possible outcomes. Total outcomes 36. Okay. These are the commonly used two examples. One is tossing of coins and rolling of dice. Similarly, there are 52 cards in a pack of cards. We have playing cards. In that playing cards, 26 cards are in black color and 26 cards are in red color. There are diamond suits in red color, 13 cards, diamond suits cards. The 13 cards are A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and J, Q, K. These are the 13 cards of red color having diamond suit. Similarly, the hearts suit is 13 cards. They are also A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, J, Q, K. Similarly, the spade suit is of this type. There are 13 cards of spade suit and they are also A to J, Q, K. Similarly, we have club suit. There are also 13 cards. This is of 13. Total 52 cards and 26 cards are in red color. 26 cards are in black color. There are four A cards of different suits. Similarly, there are JQKs are we have 4 J's, 4 Q's and 4 K's. Let us look at the concept of probability. The probability concept is very common word to measure chance. Chance means uncertainty. It is we are using this word knowingly or unknowingly. Nowadays there is raining every day and it may rain today or not. We check it into the app. There is 30% of chance of rain today. There is 50% of chance of rain today. 50% means out of total 50% chance is there to rain. Similarly, 50-50 chance is that is the train will come in time. That is also the concept of probability. Raining and 50-50 chance of train will arrive in time is the concept probability. These statements involve an element of uncertainty. How can we measure this uncertainty? A measure of uncertainty is provided by a branch of applied mathematics called the theory of probability. Roughly speaking, probability measures the chance numerically. The history of probability is it started in the year 17th century, started by Blaise Pascal and Perry Farmat succeeded in obtaining exact probability of certain gambling problems. They started the concept of probability by the concept gambling to measure the chance of winning, to getting the heads and tails, to getting the dice, and to picking the pack of cards from a well shuffled pack of cards. They started the concept probability. Here, the relative frequency definition was due to von Mises and axiomatic definition was due to Kolmogorov. The relative frequency definition of probability explains the concept of statistical regularity in repeated experiment. If we repeat an experiment under identical conditions in large times, we can get the relative frequency of that experiment of that event. It is developed around the year 21. The relative frequency definition was developed in 1921 and the axiomatic definition was developed in the year 1933. After developing the axiomatic definition concept, the probability theory was developed rapidly under the concept of measure theory. The probability is treated as a function and the function satisfies the axioms is called a probability function. It provides a concrete foundation for the study of probability. Probability is an important tool in the areas of engineering, computer, physical, social, biological, business and management studies. Before understanding the definitions of probability, we must know some basic definitions or concepts related to probability. First experiment is an activity that yields a result or outcome is called an experiment. There are two types of experiments, random experiment and deterministic experiment. The random experiment is an experiment in which all possible outcomes are known in advance and which can be repeated under identical conditions. But it is not possible to predict the outcome of any particular trial in advance. We know the possible outcomes, but we cannot predict the possible outcome. The examples are tossing of coin, throwing a die, and drawing a card from pack of 15 to 52 playing cards. Let us test whether is tossing a coin is a random experiment. Here, the experiment can be repeated. Any of the two events, head or tail, can occur, and hence the outcome is not predictable before. We know head comes or tail comes, but we cannot predict the outcome in advance. Hence, the tossing of coin is a random experiment. Similarly, rolling of die, the faces coming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are the outcomes. We cannot predict these outcomes in advance. We pick a card from a pack of cards. We cannot predict in advance what is the card going to come. Whether it is a red card, whether it is a black card, whether it is a diamond card, we cannot predict in advance. But we know all possible outcomes. There are 52 possibilities. We cannot predict any event in advance. So the tossing of coin, rolling of die, picking a card from a pack of cards is a random experiment. Let us look at the birth of Rama. The birth of an individual is not a repeatable and hence it is not a random experiment. Multiplying 3 and 6 on a calculator. If we multiply 3 and 6, 3 into 6, 18 comes. If any number of times we repeat, we can get the same result. This activity can be repeated under identical conditions, but the outcome is always 18. Hence, the activity is not a random experiment. Let us look at the concept trial. Conducting a random experiment one time is called a trial. Tossing a coin is a trial. Rolling a die is a trial. Picking a card from a pack of cards is a trial. The sample space. The set of all possible outcomes of a random experiment is called the sample space, denoted by S. If we toss a coin, there are two possibilities, head and tail. That is the sample space of that particular experiment. If we toss two coins, four possibilities. That is the outcomes of that experiment, sample space. In other words, sample space is a set which consists of all possible elementary events of the random experiment as points, or the set is associated with an experiment satisfying the properties. Each element of S denote a possible outcome of the experiment. Any trial that result in an outcome that corresponds to one and only element of that set is called the sample space of the experiment, and the elements are called sample points. H is a sample point, tail is a sample point, HH is a sample point. Similarly, if when a coin is tossed, either head or tail will come, consists of sample space HT. If a die is thrown, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are the points of sample space. If two students are selected from a class containing 3 girls and 2 boys, 3 girls and 2 boys, the sample space is, we have 3G and 2B. B1, B2 are the boys, G1, G2, G3 are the girls. G1, G2, G1, G3, G2, G2, G3. These are the possible outcomes. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 possible outcomes. The event is the possible outcomes of a random experiment are called events. In any subset of sample space, S is an event. Here we have H is an event, T is an event, 1 is an event, 2 is an event. Similarly, the combination, this is one event. All possible outcomes of a random experiment is called an event. Elementary event or simple event. We have elementary events and composite events. In an outcome of an experiment that cannot be decomposed further into smaller events, roughly we can say that it is an atom of an event. An atom cannot be separated, it is the smallest component of a mass. So the elementary event is the single event. It cannot be decomposed. When a coin is tossed, head and tail are elementary events. Die is rolled, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are elementary events. 3 coins are tossed, the event 3 heads. We have already seen if 3 coins are tossed, possible samples are 8. 3 heads is an elementary event. Compound or composite events, it is the combination of some simple events and is decomposable to several simple events. When 2 dice are thrown, the event that the sum 7 is composite event. Consists elementary ways 2 5 2 5 2 4 3 3 4 1 6 6 1. We have already seen in the example. Mathematically, the above two events can be expressed as follows. The Let S be a sample space and E be an event in it. The event E is said to be elementary if A is equal to 5 or A is equal to E for all A is subset are equal to E. Otherwise, E is a compound event. Let us look at the another concept, exhaustive events. Events are said to be exhaustive if at least one of them must necessarily occur. That is, the total number of all possible outcomes of a random experiment will constitute an exhaustive set of events. If one coin is rolled, one coin is tossed, there are two possibilities or there are two exhaustive events. If two coins are tossed, four exhaustive events. If three coins are tossed, eight exhaustive events. Mathematically, the two random events E1 and E2 are the sample space S are said to be exhaustive units if E1 and E2, E1 union E2 must be equal to S. If we union it, the total sample space must come. Examples are, in tossing a coin, there are two exhaustive events. In rolling a die, there are six exhaustive events. Mutually exclusive events. Two events are said to be mutually exclusive when the occurrence of one of them excludes the occurrence of the other. In other words, two events are mutually exclusive if both cannot occur simultaneously. Both cannot occur at a time. Or mathematically, two random events E1 and E2 are said to be mutually exclusive if E1 intersection E2 must be equal to 5 is the null set. The probability of 5 is equal to 0 always. Probability of S is equal to 1 always. In tossing a coin, there are two exhaustive events, head and tail. In rolling a die, there are six exhaustive events, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Mutually exclusive events. Two events are said to be mutually exclusive when the occurrence of one of them excludes the occurrence of the other. In other words, two events are said to be mutually exclusive if both cannot occur simultaneously. In tossing a coin, the elementary events head and tail cannot occur in the same trial. Therefore, head and tail are mutually exclusive events. When a die is thrown, all the six faces numbered 1 to 6 and are mutually exclusive since the appearance of a particular number on the face coming uppermost implies non-occurrence of any other remaining faces. Only one face can appear in any throw of the die, the other cannot occur. So that face is excluding the other faces to appear in the front. Equally likely outcomes. The outcomes of a random experiment are said to be equally likely if, taking into consideration all relevant evidences, none of them can be expected in preference to the other. That is, they are equal. If an unbiased coin is tossed, there is no reason to expect that heads will appear more than tails or vice versa. Therefore, if two events H and tail are equally likely, throwing a unbiased die 6 faces are equally likely. Similarly, 52 cards are equally likely cases. Favorable cases. The number of cases favorable to an event in a random experiment is the number of outcomes which entail the happening of the event. Events that are favorable for happening are called favorable events. If two dice are rolled, the number of cases favorable for getting some 11 is 6, 5, 5, 2, that is 2. Two events are favorable. Total events are there. That in that example is 36. In drawing a card from a pack of cards, the number of cases favorable for drawing a diamond card is 13. And for drawing a black card, there are 26 black cards. Black card favorable cases is 26. Independent events. Two or more events are said to be independent if the happening or non-happening of an event is not affected by the happening or non-happening of the other events. Here, if a coin is tossed twice, the result of second toss does not depend upon the result of the first toss. If first toss may happen head, that not influence the second happening, second outcome. So the two events are said to be independent. If a box contains 4 red and 3 white balls, first a ball is drawn from a box and replace it after noting its color. Another ball is drawn from the same box and its color is noted. The result of second draw is independent of the first draw. The events which are not influencing the happening of other events, and then the two events are said to be independent. Sure or certain event. An event is called a sure event or certain event when all possible outcomes of an experiment are favorable to the event. So if probability of E is equal to 1, then E is called sure event. Impossible event, probability of E is equal to 0, then E is called an impossible event. Definitions of probability. After looking all these primary concepts, we can define the probability. The classical or a priori definition of probability, also called mathematical definition of probability, is if a random experiment has n possible outcomes which are exhaustive, mutually exclusive, and equally likely, and m of them are favorable to an event E, then the probability of an event is defined by the ratio m by n. Probability of happening of event E is equal to m by n. M is the favorable cases, n is the total number of cases. The number of outcomes favorable to the event E, that is m, cannot be greater than the total number of exhaustive events. Here this m 0 m cannot be greater than n. M must be always less than capital N. Here, the range of probability always lies between 0 to 1. 0 to 1. M by n is always lies between 0 to 1. That means the probability is either 0 or 1 or between 0 to 1. Next definition is empirical definition. Let a random experiment is repeated n times under similar conditions, and let n trials of a random experiment be made when n is very large and the event E occur r times in the n trials, then probability of E is equal to limit n tends to infinity r by n. Here, this is empirical definition given by Von Mises. Before going to the empirical definition, what is the advantages of this mathematical definition? It is the basic definition for all practical purposes. We use favorable by total number of cases. It gives the numerical figure to the probability. The only disadvantage of this definition is if n is finite and equally likely, only this definition holds good. We cannot find equally likely events, and if there are possibility of infinite number of cases also. So to rectify this, the empirical definition was suggested. It is nothing but probability of E is equal to limit n tends to infinity r by n. R is the favorable cases, n is the total number of cases. We can understand the empirical definition by understanding the example. There are 600 patients suffering from a disease were treated with a certain medicine. Out of them, 450 were cured. The relative frequency is 450 cured, total suffering 600. 450 by 600 gives us 0.775%. In the second batch of 800 patients, the number of cures with the same medicine is 650. Here also, this 450 and 650 divided by 600 and 800 gives us 0.7853. In the third batch of 400 patients shows 250 cures. Similarly, this is 450 plus second batch cured 650, third batch cured 250 divided by total patients suffered third batch 400, 600, 800. 1800 gives us 1350 by 1800 gives us 0.75. According to von Mises, by continuing in this manner for some time, the relative frequencies calculated from a large group is expected to become closer to the number which is called the probability of cure with the medicine. This is if we increase the number of trials, the value reaches to actual probability. That is the concept of relative probability. Here the power set is the collection of events are denoted by Q, which is the power set of S. If S is a sample space, collection of events. Here HT is the power space. Here, okay, if the sample space is HT, power space is phi HT or Q is equal to phi HT S. S is the sample space. A coin is tossed 2 times. This is our power set. All possible outcomes. Next definition is here this relative definition also does not satisfied by all mathematicians. So in 1933, Kolmogorov suggested axiomatic definition of probability. Under axiomatic definition, the probability is treated as a function. Let SQ be a sample space. A set function P defined on Q is called probability if it satisfies the three conditions. Here, probability of E greater than 0, that is positivity, that is a function P is a non-negative and probability of S must be equal to 1, that is the probability is a certain function, sure function. This is called axiom of certainty, this is axiom of non-negativity, and this is the axiom of additivity. Probability of union of EI must be equal to summation of probability of all units. These are the three axioms called axiomatic definition of probability. There are some counting techniques we have already seen in up to intermediate. The fundamental principle of counting is if several processes can be performed in the following manner, the first process in X ways, the second Y ways, the third Z ways, and so on, then the total number of ways in which the whole process can be performed in the order indicated is given by the product X into Y into Z, so on. Permutation. The total number of ways of arranging n distinct objects taken R at a time is given by NPR. Arrangement in a line. The total number of ways in which n distinct objects can be arranged among themselves in a line is n factorial. Arrangement in a circle. The total number of ways n distinct objects can be arranged among themselves in a circle is n minus 1 factorial. Permutation in repetition is n factorial by p factorial into q factorial into r factorial. P are alike, q are alike, r are alike, n objects. Combination. NCR is equal to n factorial by r factorial into n minus r factorial. The total number of possible groups that can be formed by taking r objects out of n distinct objects is given by NCR. The combination. The total number of ways forming groups by taking any number of n distinct objects is 2 power n minus 1. Choosing balls from a box. The total number of ways to choose X white balls and Y black balls from a box containing A white and B black balls is ACX and BCY. Ordered partitions are distinct objects. The total number of ways of distributing n distinct objects into R compartments marked 1 to R is R power small n. The number of ways in which n objects can be distributed so that the compartment contain respectively n1, n2, nr objects is n factorial by n1 factorial, n2 factorial, nr factorial. This is ordered permutations. N plus r minus 1, c r minus 1. If none of the compartments should be remain empty, the total number of ways distributing the balls is n minus 1, c r minus 1. These are the counting techniques to solve the problems in probabilities. This degenerate and matches sampling with replacement and sampling without replacement. There are two types. If we replace the item drawn in the lot is called sampling with replacement. If we should not replace the item drawn in the total lots is sampling without replacement. Sampling without replacement. Okay. Next concept is theorems on probability. In this present video lecture, we have discussed the basic concepts of probability, uh, examples that are in common use in probability, basic definitions of probability with their advantages and disadvantages. Thank you.